Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class for the 6th elementary grade. Our textbook is Week 3, and today we will have the third and the last enrichment in this semester. It will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Salih Al-Ajan. So let's begin. The first lesson we had in this unit is the finding out time lesson, where what we did is we listened and practiced with a partner. And the first thing we had to do is to answer one important question, which is, what good or bad things happened to you last year? And we said that in order to answer this question, and for you to help you think about your answer, it is important that we first show a couple of examples about the good things and also examples about the bad things so we can answer this question. What good or bad things that happened to you? So let's start first to talk about the good things. For example, the first phrase here, I'm going to say each phrase and I would like you to say it after me. So the first phrase is, from the good things, I won a table tennis game 21-3. I won a table tennis game 21-3. So of course, winning games is always something good. That's number 2. I got first place in a race. I got first place in a race. And also winning or being the first in any race, this is always something good. And also the third thing, I was team captain. I was team captain. And to be a leader of any team, this is also something good. And number 4, I made a rocket. I made a rocket. Making something with your own hand is always something good. And number 5, I saw a rainbow. I saw a rainbow. And always seeing such beautiful sceneries, always something good. So among these 3 things, sewing a rainbow, being a team captain, and winning race, and also making something with your hand or winning a game, out of these 5 things, what can you remember a good thing that happened to you last year? It's very important that if you do remember to write it down on a piece of paper. And now, let's talk about the other part of our question, which is about the bad things. So, number 6, one of the bad things is we lost a football game 8-0. We lost a football game 8-0. Of course, losing any game, this is always bad. Losing any game, this is always something bad. And number 7, I caught a cold. I caught a cold. And of course, getting sick or always something bad. When you're not feeling well, you're not feeling healthy, this is always something bad. And number 8, my dad had an operation. My dad had an operation. When we see the people we love going to hospital, this is also one of the bad things that we don't wish anyone to happen to. So it's one of it. And number 9, I broke my leg. I broke my leg. And also, when you get injured or hurt, this is also something bad. And number 10, we were stuck in an elevator. We were stuck in an elevator. Also getting into these awkward situations is something bad. So whether you're stuck in an elevator or you're getting hurt by breaking your leg or losing a game, or even you see the people you love going to hospital, or you feel sick, all of these bad things, can you remember now something bad that happened to you last year? It is very important, if you do remember, to write it also on a piece of paper. Why is this important? Because it helps us to express in proper English the things that we feel. And after showing this example, of course, these examples will give you better ideas to write about them. So, the verbs that we had or that we have read across all of these 10 sentences are 1, got, was, made, saw, lost, caught, had, broke, were. So all of these verbs are verbs used in the past tense. They are verbs that used in a past tense, but they are not called past verbs. They are called irregular verbs. They are called the irregular verbs. And why do we say this? Because they're not regular where we can add ed to a verb. No, they are irregular verbs because they have, each one of these verb has its own form in the past, has its own form in the past. So this is unlike what we learned from last unit. In last unit we learned that verbs in the past we always add ed at the end. But here with these verbs, no, it has their own form. So after this, we did listen to a conversation between a boy and a girl, where the girl asked, "What happened to you yesterday? What happened to you yesterday?" So when you want to ask someone about what happened in the past, then you can use any of these phrases like, "What happened to you yesterday?" or "What happened to you last week?" or "What happened to you last month?" or "What happened to you last year?" And you can listen to different or hear different answers like, "I won a table tennis game 21-3. Now, what is important here that when you hear any of these answers, whether they are good thing or bad thing, good news or bad news, it's important that you give a comment. You give a comment after this. So the first example, because she heard a good news, she said, "Congratulations, congratulations." So here we have a list of comments that we can make if we heard good news or if we heard bad news. So let's read these comments again and see what are the good news and also what are the bad news. And so I'm going to say the comment and I would like you to say it after me. The first one is, "Congratulations, congratulations." Number 2, "So did I, so did I." Number 3, "How nice, how nice." Number 4, "Sorry about that, sorry about that." Number 5, "How scary, how scary." So all of these 5 comments, for the first 3, we can use them when we hear good news. And for the other 2, we can hear them when we listen to or when we are hearing bad news. After this, in grammar and action, we learned about the irregular verbs. And we said that no matter what the verb we are using, we don't make any changes to the verb. And no matter what the subject is, we can use the same state of a verb. For example, we can say, "I won," "you won," "he won," "she won," "we won," and "they won." So no matter what the subject we are using, we will use the same verb. We don't make any changes to the verb. Now, as we did with the regular verbs chant, now let's listen to the irregular verbs chant, where you're going to listen to a chant about irregular verbs one more time, and I would like you to say it after me when you listen. Number 2, listen and chant past tense irregular verb chunks. Number 1, lost, lost. I lost a tennis match. I lost a tennis match. Number 2. Won. Won. We won a football game. We won a football game. Number 3. Got. Got. I got 200 points in a computer game. I got 200 points in a computer game. Number 4. Was. Was. I was sick. I was sick. Number 5. Made. Made. I made a tree house. I made a tree house. Number 6. Saw. Saw. I saw a rainbow. I saw a rainbow. Number 7. Caught. Caught. I caught a big fish. I caught a big fish. Number 8. Had. Had. We had a cake. We had a cake. Number 9. Broke. Broke. I broke my glasses. I broke my glasses. Number 10. Were. Were. We were happy. We were happy. So this chant is about the irregular verbs chant, where we listen to each of these words and also we listen to these words in sentences. After this, we did learn about irregular verbs, 10 irregular verbs that we used in these sentences. And these verbs were won, lost, got, was, made, saw, caught, had, broke, and were. So we listen to these verbs, we use them in sentences, and now we can know how do they look in the present and how do they look also in the past. And after this, we had a game that is called the Verb Game 1, where you listen to, here you have a table full of verbs, and you listen to the teacher when he says different sentences. And all you have to do is just to circle or underline the words the verbs that you are hearing. So, for example, when we did this, the verbs were, had, caught, got. So what we did is to underline them, and sometimes some of us did circle them. And these were the verbs that we highlighted and we took from the first game. Made, had, caught, got, lost, and were. And also we can play this game differently, where we have an empty table like this, and all you have to do is to listen to the teacher and write all the verbs you hear from the teacher. And we did this with the lesson, and the verbs, these were the verbs that we heard, and these were the verbs that we wrote. So you can play this verb game in two ways, either the first one or even the second one to make it more interesting. After this, in reading and writing lesson, we did listen to a chant that is called My Brother Khalid. Let's listen one more time to this chant and highlight some of the verbs that we have here in the past. My brother Khalid. My brother Khalid went to the cupboard to find something to eat. But when he got there, the cupboard was bare, and so he had nothing to eat. He went to the grocer's to buy some fruit and milk. But when he came back, he was holding an empty brown bag. Poor Khalid. So in this chant, we had 8 verbs in the past. And for the sake of the other exercise where I ask you to try to change the verb tense here. So here is the list of the 7 verbs in the past, and we need to change the tense, which means from the past to the present. Will help us understand more about the verbs and their role in a sentence. So here, for example, the verbs in the past like went, and if we want to use them in the present, it will be goes. And got, if we want to change it, will be gets. Was also will be is. Had as well will be has. And also came will be comes. So will help us to have more or better understanding of verb tenses. And after this, in challenge time, what we did is we listened to a chant and we circle words. So here, for example, we have different food, and what we need to do is to circle the words that we listen to. So after hearing or after listening to the teacher, we did circle the words we heard. Like, for example, with the first one, we circled the word meat, and with the second one, we circled the word cheese. And next, with the third one, we circled the word tomatoes, macaroni, onions, and apples. This is about the first four sentences. And about the next, we had some flour, but we didn't have any eggs. And we had some juice, but we didn't have any mustard. So we listened to how to make different food and also to circle the word missing. And also we said that you can rewrite this chant by adding comments like it is boring or it is interesting and so on. After this, we did practice the three sounds with different letters. So here we have words like frog, fawn, laugh. We said that all of these three words have the same sound but with different letters. And after this, also, we did answer questions with it. Like, for example, the first one is friends. We write F and we circle it. And also with photo and elephant, we write PH and we circle it. And finally with GH, we write it here and also we circle it. And we listen to a chant from a father saying three words ends with a GH. Enough, laugh, and tough. This is just to help us know that sometimes words in GH pronounce as F sound. And we did answer this question, and we said that it is important that we know the meaning of enough and the meaning of a photo and the meaning of funny, where we use it when we describe something that make us laugh. And the last thing we had is that we had a reading text where we read about Muhammad, his father, and his sister when they went to a park. And we said that to rewrite this text, we need to change the pronouns. Like, for example, instead of saying he saw me, we change the pronoun me, we say he saw him. Or he drove us, we change it and we say he drove them. And here we listed a couple of examples regarding how to write the story of Muhammad. And this is our dear student. This will be the last lesson of the second semester. I wish you all the best in your exams and also for the upcoming semester. Thank you very much for watching.